Welcome to episode 50. What are you doing, dog? You don't think you'd even want to get back into this truck. Dog just spent 10 hours driving in this truck. 2 5-hour road trips. Where'd she go? Anyways, I didn't think she'd ever want to ride in my Frontier again. We just took her cross country. But the episode 50, I'm finally getting back to the Datsun after working on the Frontier and everything else. So this episode is putting in the radiator. Finally found a way to mount a radiator on top of the condenser. That was a little tricky. I also make the third center console. Finally get it right. And something else. I think that's it. Oh yeah, I finally get to do another alignment. I documented that a little better on how I did the alignment. And then I actually did a test drive. And then I troubleshoot the crazy clicky noise. That's actually kind of funny at the end. And I think I finally figured out what it is. Because this one actually has the test drive with the rack and pinion and all that stuff. But anyways, what are you doing in your dog? There's no more food in here, I don't think. I gotta take a shower and shave. But like, comment, subscribe, whatever it is down below if you want to see more of the Datsun. I'm still working on the 5-speed swap, but this is the last episode of the AC condenser and the radiator. The next episode is going to be, I guess, the mounting the AC evaporator in the dash, I think is the next video. I don't know. I've got tons of videos I gotta catch up on. And then some Frontier stuff. But yeah. Enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. Okay, here's a $1 million test. 12.4 volts on the battery. It's cold. Let's see if it'll start. Oh, it started. Oh, the light is still on. Alright, here's the completed steering redirection box mount. It's all welded up. Throw a coat of paint on it. 3 bolts, no modifications to the frame, no modifications to the body. I did notch the bumper mount a little bit because it wanted to touch down there. So I nicked off a chunk of the bumper bracket a little bit. But yeah, I welded the bolts in so it's just easier to install it. This is up against the fender well. So I just put some more paint on there and throw this in. Okay, there's the R50 redirection bracket bolted in tight with lock nuts. Hopefully I don't have to take that out again for a while. Came out really nice. I'm actually really happy with that. It's kind of funky shaped, but it's actually very similar to where it is on an R50. I've got some pictures of that from the junkyard. There's the steering all installed, 2 columns or whatever. There's literally, say, a 1/4 inch gap down there underneath the booster. And there's a 1/4 inch gap underneath the frame. But as you can see, it turned lefty right. No clearance issues, no binding. Steers really nice. So now I just gotta adjust the toe in. Drop it down the ground, adjust the toe, and I'm ready for a test drive. Alright, so I finally figured out a way to mount this radiator on an angle on top of the condenser. So I got a strip of steel, it's like whatever, inch or so, and I welded into bolts that match the radiator bolt holes. And I've drilled 2 new holes into the core support that avoid the hoses. I got a hose here and I got a hose here. So now I just went ahead and cut this strap here because I welded this one into the truck while it was crooked. Got the radiator where I wanted and I welded that one. Now I went ahead and cut this one and let it bend. I don't know if you can see a little slit there. So now I'm going to weld this crooked so it's got the right plane. Because I need the radiator like 3 degrees. Match the engine. Mainly because the alternator down there wants some space. So let me weld this up. So the condenser's all bolted in. I got the 2 hoses on. I don't know if I showed that before. I got a little bit more trimming to do out there the next time I take it off. A little bit more welding to do. But basically, it fits. I got the radiator finally bolted in. I had to make these, I guess you can call them the letter F brackets. Those go into the new holes in the core support. Those go into the radiator. I'm going to use, I think these extra steering column bolts will fit on here. They're locking, so they won't come off. Those will work great. I don't have any other nylock nuts, I don't think. And so these are 6mm, these are 8. I should have made these 8, but long story. Didn't have a right angle bit to get in there. So the way this works is that these go onto the radiator first and bolt them on. And then you just drop the radiator in like normal and put the bolts in like normal. I've already taken the radiator in and out over 10 times because I drilled one hole at a time for all this mess. And I welded this stuff. I cut this bracket and leaned it. So it's literally leaning a couple of degrees. Fits really good. The only negative I screwed up on is that the radiator I had to mount a little bit lower than normal just to get it to clear the alternator. But the only way to fix that is I should have pushed the condenser farther in. You can see there's still more room. I can still go down another ½ an inch. Probably should have pushed that condenser all the way up against this hood stay. I could even have cut this and brought it even more. There's nothing really here. I probably could have brought this in another 1.5 inches if I wanted to, I think. But if I would have just brought another 1/4 inch, I think it would have made the radiator be mountable a little bit higher, like stock location. But I'm happy with it. There's bolts laying around everywhere, shavings everywhere. I'm grinding and drilling on this thing for days. Let's bolt it back in and test drive it. Okay, the radiator's back installed, bolted in first time ever officially, with an AC condenser behind it that is bigger. And I got the hoses down there. There's my P bracket. Just clears everything. It's very easy to install and uninstall. I just tightened up the bolts a little bit because I haven't brought them closer together than they were originally. But anyways, I think my hose routing will work. AC compressor down there. Just need to put the clamps on here and fill it with fluid and drive it a little bit. Eventually I'll have to take it all apart, and obviously when I mount the thing in the dash and run all these hoses, and I gotta paint those brackets and yada yada yada, but I want to do a quick test drive tomorrow. So gotta tighten that hose clamp. Look at the clearance on the radiator hose down there. That clamp is not even on. Tons of room. And that alternator goes upwards as it tightens. And I've already got a bigger than stock belt on there. The original 7360 did fit up on my mock-up. I could get it on here if I had to, but I got the bigger 7365. If you can see that anywhere. So anyways, yeah, I think we're getting somewhere. Alright, so I'm ready to do another alignment. Just got the lugs tightened, tie rods. I got the cotter pins in, grease fittings in, nuts are tight, everything's tight, double checked everything, steering's tight. Lowered down the ground, torqued the lug nuts again, put the hubcaps on, figured I'd do alignment. First thing I have to do, gotta take the hubcaps off. Apparently, you can't use this tool with hubcaps, I forgot. It's my second time using this alignment tool. Last time I used it, the truck drove straight as an arrow. So I'm gonna do it again. So what you do is just put one of these aluminum plates on each wheel, put a tape measure front and back, and first thing I did, of course, with the rack is I used my special tool, a little block of wood, and I put it on the tie rods, and I centered the rack so it's dead center. Steering wheel is not crooked. I'll change that once I'm done. So now I've got to adjust it. I should have put a mark on this tape measure, what I set it to last time. Unfortunately, I don't remember what I did, and I didn't tape it because I didn't know what I was doing with this tool. Please lean this against the tire so you can see, I don't know what that is, 3/4 inch. Pretty close to 59 there, 60 there, and you can see it's 60 here. So it's almost like 1 inch off. So it's got too much toe in. Okay, I just got my alignment set. 151.5 on the back, 151.3 on the front. Final answer. They total tons of adjustment in the stock tie rod ends, stock steering rack, no modifications. That's cool, didn't have to cut anything. Stock Z parts. So I wrote it down this time. I'm gonna go test drive it. Let's hope this works. There we can see, but my steering wheel, it's going crooked now. My turn signals don't work for hell. There's the old clickety noise again. Oh, that's so annoying. Can't believe I can't. I guess I'll just have to try a new water pump. I don't know what else to change. Noise. Did I blow a fuse for that or something? So anyways, that was the first test drive with my relocated horns, my new rack and pinion steering, the new relocated radiator. I actually got the AC condenser mounted, the new alternator, 130 amp, that I screwed up. It was also a test drive of, what else did I do? New license plates and brackets. None of those fell off. Let's see if my rear license plate didn't fall off. Didn't hear any clunking back here this time from the bumper from last time. Oh. I think I did hear that noise. I heard some funny noise. Whew, that thing is a little loud. But man, it steers straight. It was weird with the electric steering. I gotta put a switch on there so I can turn it on and off. Steering wheel is definitely crooked. Speedometer's like 2 miles an hour off. Park and brake works perfectly, of course. Oh, it was also the first test drive of the door panels halfway installed. So many things to do. Anyways, still gotta finish mounting this reservoir. Hooking up the hose. Having problems tapping that. But the Titan alternator, ooh man, look at that. There's like 1 millimeter between the frame and the, can you see that? There's literally like 1 millimeter gap between the block, the frame, and that bracket. I just noticed that actually the other day. I noticed it was close. It looks closer now. I'm gonna have to shorten that or something. Except the alternator moves. I don't know, that's not ideal. At least my radiator didn't fall out. It's still mounted on my no paint brackets. They look good. My little P brackets, or F. I guess they're not a P, they're an F. What was I calling it a P the other day? My F brackets. At least I made it home. Didn't break down. Nothing blew up. Nothing fell off. Oh! Oh my gosh, my bracket's not even on. My battery's not even held down. Forgot to tighten that. Shoot. Let's fix that right now. Alright, the bracket is officially fixed. No, that was not the noise. I don't think so. That can't be the noise. Just gotta wait for this thing to warm up. But, no, it cannot be that. The battery, that's the first time I think I've driven with the battery loose. I think I got some bolts. I just bought some new bolts for that. Put that together. What is that crazy rattling noise? I guess I'll just buy a new water pump. I think they're like $11. Already taken it out, cleaned it. I gotta start it up with the cover off. I thought maybe it was the chain making that noise. Let me see. It's definitely showing oil everywhere. Didn't hear the noise that time. Oh my gosh, that was a mess. That was a bad idea. I didn't hear the noise. It only does it when it warms up. I guess it's got to be the water pump. I thought maybe it was this chain. The chain seemed kind of loose. Just keep making this thing dirtier and dirtier and dirtier. I guess I'll change the water pump. I give up. I don't know. Alright, so I just made my third center console plate. This is out of thicker steel. The thinner one was warping. Bought a new drill bit, 52mm, because the other one was getting so hot it was warping the steel. The second one was aluminum, but I didn't like how I drilled the holes for this stupid thing. It's hard to mount. Because, anyways, so I got that figured out. I'm not going to put nut certs this time. I just made it worse. Got my 5 switch holes. Bought these little switches, Home Depot. I think they're like 8 amps. Single pole, single throw. So I can use those for whatever I need switches for. Turn things on and off. Start stop switch for the future alarm / start stop system. And 12 volt outlets. AFR 12 volt. And tachometer. Now I need another hole for the heater. I've got to drill one more hole. I think cup holders are going to be down here, so I don't think I can go lower. Let me show you what I stuck in.